Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm kicking off my vacation prep with the nails. Now these are gel tips and I'm starting off by measuring each nails, setting them aside, then I will be pressing them down to the clay holder thing. Next I cut the length, buff off the shine, file them into my desired shape, and after wiping away the dust I went in with my base color and cured it. Now for the fun part, sculpting the 3D flowers. Now the first thing I do is I take out a little piece of the 3D gel and I just roll them out like you see in the video, cut it into small pieces. I press them onto the nail and then sculpt them into either a half flower or like a full flower depending on what design I'm doing on each nail. Originally I wanted to do these with the Gel X method, but the gel wouldn't cure because it's not transparent anymore. I ended up using a nail glue, which you'll see on my upcoming vlog. I went around looking for nail glue like a crazy person. Now here's how they look once they're fully cured. I painted them and added some small details off camera, and this is how they turned out. Next up, braids. You saw me wash, condition, and detangle my hair, and now I'm sectioning it into parts to blow dry. I pre-parted my hair, something I've never done before, but I think it will save me some time. I braided each section to keep the parts neat. Alright, so this is day 2 of doing my hair. I did the parts yesterday. It took me, I don't know if you can see, but it took me about an hour and 15 minutes. So today I'm gonna start braiding my hair, but I just took out my scarf and I saw this white cast from the braiding gel. I saw that water can get rid of it, so I'm hoping that works. I don't know if I put too much on there because I've never used braiding gel before, but yeah, hopefully it works out. I wanted to show y'all the hair that I used. I ordered from AliExpress, which I know was kind of my fault for doing that, but I had no choice. As I took off the rubber band, it started shedding like crazy. Like half the bundle was short filler hair. The curly pieces were super thin. And after braiding my hair, this is how much hair I have to throw away. Here I am starting the braids. I'm just showing y'all how much hair I was adding. I wish I added a little bit more hair, but I was scared I would run out of hair before doing my full head of. Good morning. This is day 3 of my vacation prep, but day 2 on my braids. So I'm almost halfway with the braids. I did about this much yesterday. It's not coming out as full as I wanted it to be, and these curly pieces are super small and thin. I try to make them like thicker, but the ends are like super thin, as you can see. But I think maybe when I'm done with the whole head, it might look the way I wanted it to look. I have to go out and meet some people in about 3 hours. So I'd like to get like a few more rows done. And I think I might have to put on like a scarf or a do-rag, because I'm definitely not gonna be able to finish in 3 hours. So see how much progress that I make. I wanted to do a few more rows, but I only did one and went out, came back late, and just went straight to bed. And I paid for that at the end, which you'll see. Good morning. This is day 3 of the braids. Or day 4 with the whole prep, I think. So I went out yesterday and came back late. So I didn't finish the braids. I was supposed to finish it yesterday, but it's still halfway done. So right now I'm gonna be doing my wax, and I want to give time for my skin to breathe, and then I'll do the braids after my wax, because we're flying out tomorrow early morning, and I don't want to put on like a product on my skin like lotion, deodorant, and all that stuff. So right now I'm gonna do my wax. I usually make my own sugar wax at home, but I bought this from Zara. It's like the online shopping app for babies, and I think it's gonna make my job easier, because I don't have to, you know, try to get it right and everything. I can just microwave this and use this, and that's what I'm gonna do. Now on to waxing. I know that it doesn't look like there's much here, but I always wax my underarms because I'm scared of shaving, and then I don't want it to go back thicker. So the first thing I do is apply the baby powder and then the wax, and I make sure to hold my skin before ripping it off. It actually makes the process less painful if you're not ripping off the skin. And I repeated the same process for the arms and the legs. Okay, so I just finished my wax and I'm about to hop in the shower, wash up, and I think I'm gonna continue with my hair, or I might do my toes, then do my hair. And finally, onto my toes. So yeah, they were looking a little bit crusty, and we're gonna fix that. Now these are regular nail polish, so I'll start by removing it and cutting my nails down since they were a bit longer than I wanted. Then I push back the cuticles, file them into a square shape. Not a perfect square since it's like my natural nails, but I try to make it as square as possible. Next, I use my e-file to buff out the natural nails. I got it on a super low speed with a 200 grit sanding band. And after dusting off everything, I go in with a dehydrator and a primer before applying my base coat. Once that's cured, I move on to the color. I'm keeping it simple, just classic white on the toes. I did 2 coats to get that nice opaque finish, and sealed it off with a top coat. Quick snack break before jumping back into the braids. Y'all, At this point, I had 12 hours until my flight, and I was so confident that I would finish my base and have enough time to pack, but I was so wrong. By this time, it was already 1 a.m. and as you can see, I was exhausted. I was almost done, but I still had 4 rows to go, and I still hadn't packed, so I was rushing to finish. Let's go. Shout out to my man for going out and getting me coffee, literally at like 2 a.m. Anyways, eventually had to stop and start packing, and before I knew it, it was 5 a.m. and time to head to the airport. Good morning. I think it's the afternoon for me. Look at this habit shift, and it's 6 a.m. right now. We just checked in and we're just sitting here waiting for our plane to board. Yeah, that's the update. I'm super tired. As you can see, I have not finished my hair. I've not put on my nails. We left in such a hurry, but I put my nails and glue, not the glue, the gel, and everything I need in my bag. And I'm gonna try to do it when we get there. Just boarded the plane and I'm super exhausted. You can actually see in my eyes that I haven't slept that whole night. Anyways, I'm actually excited, but I'm super tired. So I'll update when we get to Bangkok. I am finally on my last braid. Yeah, we finally made it to the hotel, and first thing I did was finish my braids. I did not want to walk around with a do-rag. Turned out good, especially for my first time trying out this style. You'll see how the hair held up in my upcoming vlog, so stay tuned for that. And thank you so much for watching.